Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror and felt that fire burning inside, whispering that you were meant for more? That voice is your truth screaming, you deserve more. Stop selling yourself short. Stop telling yourself that what you have is enough. It's not. Life isn't about surviving. It's about conquering, thriving, and claiming every ounce of greatness that's waiting for you. Too many people settle for comfort, for mediocrity, for the scraps others leave behind, and they tell themselves it's fine. It's not fine. You were born to dominate, to rise above the ordinary, to seize what others only dream of. Pain, struggle, rejection. These are not signs to stop. They are proof that you are growing, that you are on the path toward your true potential. Don't apologize for wanting more. Don't feel guilty for demanding excellence in every part of your life. Every day you hesitate, every moment you settle, someone else is taking what should have been yours. Wake up, level up, fight for hat you deserve. You are not made to follow. You are built to lead. Never settle for less because the world only gives you what you refuse to take. You are more than enough and you will prove it. Have you ever stopped for a moment and asked yourself why you allow life to define your limits while you sit quietly watching opportunity slip through your fingers? Too many of us walk around carrying hidden potential, power we've been given, talents we've been blessed with, and yet we convince ourselves that what we have right now is enough. We settle for mediocrity not because it's comfortable, but because we're afraid to face the truth we deserve more. The harsh reality is that life doesn't hand out greatness to those who hesitate. Life rewards the ones who see their value, understand their potential, and refuse to accept anything less than what they are capable of achieving. Recognizing your self-worth is not arrogance, it's awareness. It's looking yourself in the mirror and understanding. That you are not here to be ordinary, to drift through life, or to let your dreams die quietly in the corners of your mind. You were born to be more than average. You were born to shine. Self-worth is the fuel that powers every achievement. If you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. And make no mistake, the world will test you at every turn. There will be people who will try to convince you that you aren't enough, that your dreams are too big, that your goals are unattainable. There will be moments when the weight of life feels unbearable, when the voices of doubt and fear scream louder than your own. But those moments are precisely when you must remind yourself that you are not defined by the limits others place on you. Your value is intrinsic, not conditional. Your worth is not measured by the opinions of the crowd, the approval of strangers, or the fleeting judgments of those who themselves have settled for less. You are here for a reason. You have a purpose, and it is far greater than the comfort of mediocrity. The first step to never settling for less is acknowledging that you are enough. You have the skills, the strength, and the capacity to rise above any challenge. Stop underestimating yourself. Stop comparing your journey to someone else's highlight reel and thinking you're behind. Recognize that your experiences, your failures, your lessons, they have molded you into someone capable of extraordinary things. Too often, we allow fear to dictate our choices. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown. But mediocrity is born from fear. Every time you choose comfort over courage, you shrink yourself. Every time you accept less than you deserve, you tell the world that your potential is negotiable. And it isn't. Your worth is non-negotiable. You were created to excel, to dominate your space, and to demand what is rightfully yours. Recognizing your self-worth also means understanding that you cannot rely on anyone else to validate your value. No promotion, no relationship, no approval from someone else can substitute the belief in yourself. You must become your own champion. You must hold yourself to standards higher than anyone else ever could. You must refuse to participate in the games of complacency and accept nothing that doesn't match your vision. Mediocrity is everywhere because most people settle for what is easy, for what doesn't challenge, for what doesn't require sacrifice. But you were not born to be like most people. You were born to break the mold, to push boundaries, and to show the world that excellence is not reserved for the lucky. It is earned by those who know their value and refuse to compromise it. Self-worth is action. It's not enough to simply believe you are capable. You must act accordingly. Set higher standards for yourself. Surround yourself with people who elevate you. Invest in your growth and take risks that terrify you. Stop tolerating situations that drain your energy or diminish your potential. The moment you stop excusing yourself, the moment you stop believing you are lucky to survive instead of destined to thrive, you take control of your life. Mediocrity will try to whisper in your ear that you are not ready, that you don't deserve the success you crave. But those whispers are lies. You are ready and you do deserve it. Every rejection, every setback, every failure is simply a signal to push harder, rise stronger, and prove that your worth cannot be measured by temporary circumstances. Never let anyone convince you that your dreams are too big, your goals too impossible, or your ambition too much. Never settle for less because you are afraid of losing what you have. What you have is temporary, but what you are capable of creating is eternal. Recognize your self-worth, and you will stop chasing approval. Recognize your power, and you will refuse to play small. Recognize your value, and mediocrity will have no place in your life. Stand tall, claim your GR. Eatness, and live a life that reflects the true measure of who you are. You deserve more, and the world has no choice but to make room for the force you are about to unleash. Struggle and rejection are not signs that you are failing. They are proof that you are alive, that you are pushing, and that you are daring to chase something greater than yourself. Every person who has ever achieved greatness has faced obstacles, rejection, and moments that felt unbearable. But what separates those who rise from those who fall is the way they respond to adversity. Struggle is not the enemy. It is the teacher. Rejection is not a verdict. It is a signal that you are stepping out of your comfort zone and challenging the world. Too many people look at failure and disappointment and see only limitation. They see I can't instead of I will. They let the weight of struggle crush them instead of letting it refine them. But you, if you choose to, can transform every obstacle into a stepping stone. You can turn every no into fuel, every closed door into a reason to push harder, and every setback into momentum that propels you forward. Growth is not given. It is earned through resistance. The pain of struggle forces you to confront your weaknesses, to discover your strengths, and to realize that comfort is not the path to greatness. Every time you are knocked down, you have a choice. Lie there and accept defeat, or rise with renewed determination, stronger and smarter than before. Rejection is not a reflection of your worth. It is merely life testing your resolve. Each rejection carries a lesson, an insight, a push toward clarity. When someone tells you no, they are not defining your limits. They are revealing an opportunity for you to dig deeper, work harder, and rise higher. Struggle is the forge where resilience is built, and rejection is the fire that tempers your ambition. Too many people run from discomfort. They avoid risk, avoid criticism, and avoid failure, thinking that avoiding struggle will protect them. But the truth is that avoiding struggle only ensures stagnation. Every challenge you face, every harsh word, every failure is a chance to strengthen your character, sharpen your mind, and solidify your purpose. Struggle forces you to confront reality without illusions. It forces you to take responsibility for your life, your actions, and your destiny. Growth comes when you stop looking for excuses and start looking for solutions. When you embrace the hard moments instead of fearing them, you begin to transform yourself into someone who cannot be stopped. Rejection is also a gift disguised as pain. Every time someone doubts you, refuses you, or criticizes you, they are giving you information. They are showing you where you need to improve, where you can become better, and where your fire is not yet fully ignited. The most successful people in history have faced countless no's before finally achieving the life they desired, and what allowed them to succeed was not luck, it was persistence. It was the refusal to let rejection define their future. They learned to use it as a catalyst, a reason to refine their strategy, and a motivation to prove every doubter wrong. When you learn to do the same, you stop fearing failure and start seeing every setback as a necessary part of your journey to greatness. Struggle and rejection teach patience, perseverance, and persistence. They teach humility without diminishing confidence. They teach that the path to success is never straight, smooth, or predictable. You will face moments when the world seems against you, when your efforts feel wasted, when doors you thought were open slam shut. But those are the moments that define champions. Those are the moments that separate those who dream from those who act. Every hardship you endure, every rejection you face, every struggle you survive adds layers to your strength, sharpens your focus, and fuels your hunger for achievement. The key is minds. Do not view struggle as punishment or rejection as failure. View them as tools, weapons in your arsenal for building a life of power, influence, and success. Let each challenge drive you harder. Let each no ignite a fire in your chest that refuses to be extinguished. Struggle and rejection are not signs to stop. They are the universe telling you that you are moving in the right direction, that you are testing your limits, and that you are ready to evolve into someone extraordinary. Use every difficult moment as fuel, every disappointment as energy, and every setback as an opportunity to rise stronger, faster, and more determined. In the end, growth is not about avoiding pain. It's about harnessing it. It's about taking every struggle, every rejection, and turning it into a reason to become the person you were always meant to be. Let your hardships mold you. Let your failures teach you, and let your determination overpower every obstacle. The stronger your struggle, the greater you are growth, and the higher you rise. Use struggle and rejection as fuel, and nothing in this world will be able to stop you. Excellence is not something you stumble upon. It is a standard you set for yourself and refuse to compromise. Too many people move through life accepting mediocrity, settling for just good enough, believing that comfort is a reward. But life does not reward comfort. Life does not celebrate the average. True success, true fulfillment comes only to those who demand more of themselves than anyone else could possibly expect. Demanding excellence in every area of your life means refusing to allow shortcuts, half efforts, or excuses to dictate your reality. It means waking up every day with the intention to dominate, not just in one corner of your life, but in every single aspect. Your health, your relationships, your career, your mindset, and your purpose. When you settle for less in one area, it seeps into every other area. Excellence is holistic. It is the commitment to being your absolute best in everything you do, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant. Excellence begins with your mindset. It starts with the way you think about yourself and the standards you set. If you allow laziness, complacency, or apathy to infiltrate your thoughts, you are already giving up. But when you demand excellence, you refuse to let excuses control you. You refuse to accept mediocrity as an option. You challenge yourself every single day to push past comfort, to embrace discipline, and to pursue mastery. Excellence is not convenient. It is uncomfortable. It is waking up early when your body begs for rest. It is putting in the hours when others quit. It is holding yourself accountable when no one else is watching. Those who settle for less will always wonder why life seems to pass them by. But those who demand excellence will create results that others can only admire from afar. Demanding excellence also means surrounding yourself with people and environments that elevate you. If you tolerate negativity, laziness, or mediocrity in your circle, you are sabotaging your own growth. Excellence is contagious, but so is mediocrity. Choose to associate with those who push boundaries, who challenge norms, and who refuse to accept less than their best. Seek mentors who demand the same from themselves that you demand from yourself. Immerse yourself in spaces that inspire, educate, and elevate you. Excellence is never a solo journey, but it begins with personal responsibility. It begins with the unwillingness to accept anything that diminishes your potential. Every decision you make, every action you take must be a reflection of the standard you demand. Excellence in your health means prioritizing your body, fueling it with proper nutrition, and pushing it to perform beyond what you thought possible. Excellence in your career means refusing mediocrity in your work, taking initiative, learning relentlessly, and producing results that leave no doubt of your capabilities. Excellence in your relationships means showing respect, loyalty, and love without compromise, while also refusing to tolerate toxicity or lack of effort from others. Excellence in your mindset means cultivating mental toughness, resilience, and clarity of purpose. Excellence is not selective. It is all-encompassing, pervasive, and relentless. Excuses have no place in a life of excellence. Excellence. Life will always present challenges, setbacks, and distractions. People will try to convince you that your expectations are too high or that perfection is impossible. Ignore them. Excellence is not about pleasing others. It is about demanding the most from yourself. It is about refusing to allow circumstances to define your limits. It is about taking ownership of your life and committing to a standard so high that anything less is unacceptable. This is the path of those who leave mediocrity behind and step into true power. See Brewery. The rewards of demanding excellence are unmatched. People will notice, opportunities will appear, self-respect and confidence will grow in ways that comfort and complacency could never provide. But more importantly, you will know that every aspect of your life reflects the highest standard you set for yourself. You will be unstoppable because excellence is not a temporary habit. It is a lifestyle. Once you embrace it, once you commit to it, once you refuse to allow anything less to infiltrate your life, you become someone who commands respect, creates influence, and lives without regret. Do not allow mediocrity to sneak into your life under the guise of good enough. Demand excellence in every thought, every action, and every area of your life. The moment you stop settling is the moment you step into power. Excellence is not an option. It is your duty to yourself. Live with it, breathe it, and refuse measured, and it is the legacy you leave behind. The world does not give anyone what they deserve. It only gives what they are willing to take. Too many people wait patiently, hoping life will reward them for their efforts, praying that opportunity will knock at their door. But life does not wait, and it does not owe you anything. Every person who has achieved greatness understood one unshakable truth. If you want something, you must go after it with everything you have, and you must never stop until it is yours. To take what is rightfully yours means refusing to bow to fear, hesitation, or doubt. It means staring down the challenges, the skeptics, and the obstacles and saying, I will not be denied. Relentlessness is not a mindset you adopt for convenience. It is a lifestyle you live every single day. It is the refusal to settle, the refusal to compromise, and the refusal to let anyone else dictate your limits. Being relentless begins with clarity of purpose. You must know exactly what you want and why it belongs to you. Too many people drift through life waiting for luck, hoping for opportunity, or relying on others to grant them permission. But nothing in this world will be handed to you simply because you deserve it. Deserving something is meaningless without action. You must combine your desire with strategy, preparation, and an unstoppable work ethic. Every ounce of energy, every moment of focus, every decision you make must align with your mission. You must be willing to outwork, outthink, and outlast anyone standing between you and what you want. Anything less is surrender. Relentlessness also means embracing discomfort. The journey to claim what is rightfully yours is never easy. You will face rejection, ridicule, and resistance at every turn. People will doubt you, doors will close, and life will try to push you off course. But these are not reasons to quit. They are signals that you are on the right path. Every challenge, every no, every setback is an opportunity to prove your determination. Relentless people see obstacles as fuel. They do not allow fear of failure to dictate their actions. They know that persistence, even in the face of adversity, is what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Taking what is yours also requires confidence in your worth. You must understand that you have value, that your goals are legitimate, and that your ambitions are non-negotiable. When you recognize your worth, you stop asking for permission. You stop waiting for validation. You claim what you are owed because you know you have the skill, the strength, and the vision to hold it. The world will try to convince you otherwise, but relentlessness is the ability to ignore the noise, shut out the distractions, and stay locked onto your target with unwavering focus. Hebrew relentlessness is about consistency. Desire alone is not enough. Action is required every single day. You must be willing to do what others won't, to sacrifice comfort for PR, ogress, and to keep moving forward even when results are not immediate. Every small effort compounds, every extra step taken, every challenge overcome brings you closer to claiming what is yours. The relentless do not stop at mediocrity. They do not accept compromise, and they do not retreat. They understand that life favors those who are willing to pursue their goals with unwavering intensity. There is also power in patience combined with relentlessness. You must move with strategy, not recklessness. Be smart, plan meticulously, but never lose the hunger to take action. The world respects those who are consistent, disciplined, and unyielding. Every time you push forward despite doubt, fatigue, or criticism, you strengthen your ability to dominate. You become unstoppable. Ultimately, to take what is rightfully yours is to live without regret. It is to wake up each day knowing that you fought for your dreams, that you refuse to settle, and that you refuse to let fear control your DE. Steiny. Relentlessness is the force that transforms ambition into reality, struggle into triumph, and potential into achievement. The people who succeed are not always the most talented, the luckiest, or the most connected. They are the ones who refuse to stop, the ones who would not be denied, and the ones who claim their place at the top because they refuse to accept anything less. Stop waiting for life to hand you what you deserve. Stop hoping opportunity will find you. Take it. Take what is yours, claim it with intensity, and pursue it without pause. Be relentless in thought, in action, and in spirit. The world belongs to the bold, the persistent, and the unyielding. You are more than capable, and what is rightfully yours is already waiting. It only requires that you move with relentless conviction and refuse to let anyone or anything stand in your way. Living boldly is not a choice. It is a responsibility. It is a decision to reject the ordinary, to reject conformity, and to refuse to allow fear, doubt, or the opinions of others to dictate the course of your life. Too many people drift through existence, allowing society, circumstance, or the expectations of others to define their path. They follow trends, follow advice blindly, follow comfort instead of ambition. But you were not born to follow. You were born to lead. Living boldly means taking ownership of your life with courage, vision, and conviction. It means stepping into every room, every opportunity, and every challenge with the unshakable belief that your presence matters, your voice matters, and your decisions matter. Leading is not about having followers. It is about setting a standard, creating impact, and refusing to shrink in a world that rewards mediocrity. Boldness begins with courage. It takes courage to stand against the crowd, to speak the truth when others remain silent, to take risks when the safe path beckons. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is action in spite of it. Every person who has achieved greatness felt fear, but they refused to let it control them. They refused to wait for permission, approval, or comfort. They chose to act decisively, boldly, and with full conviction, understanding that hesitation is the enemy of progress. To live boldly is to embrace discomfort, to challenge limits, and to refuse to let failure define you. Every setback is a lesson. Every criticism is a guide, and every moment of doubt is an opportunity to prove yourself stronger than the circumstances around you. Living boldly also requires vision. Leaders see possibilities where others see limitations. They do not wait for the world to make space for them. They create their own path. They define their goals clearly and refuse to compromise on them, understanding that leadership begins with clarity of purpose. To follow is easy. To lead is difficult. Leading demands decision, risk, and accountability. It demands that you stand firm in your beliefs, that you challenge complacency. That you inspire action in yourself and others. Bold living means refusing to accept mediocrity in any form and refusing to let life pass you by while others dictate what is acceptable. Leadership is not about control over others. It is about mastery over yourself. You cannot lead effectively unless you first lead your own thoughts, actions, and choices. It is about discipline, self-respect, and the relentless pursuit of improvement. A bold life is intentional. It is built on habits that challenge your limits, on decisions that align with your vision, and on a mindset that refuses to settle for anything less than extraordinary. Every action you take should reflect the standard you hold for yourself, not the standard others hold for you. When you live boldly, you inspire, whether you realize it or not. Your courage becomes a signal for others to step out of the shadows and